Hey guys, it's Greg with Apple Explained. I'm a little bit late today. Um, let me just let me get people to give people time to come in here. I'm about 10 minutes late. I apologize. I lost track of time, and my mom texted me to let me know that I was supposed to be streaming right now. So shout out to Mama Wyatt for keeping me on track. Um, so give me a minute. Just give me a minute, you guys. I'm gonna try and get my live stream like interface going. I have to turn on slow mode and I have to do a couple things with settings. So let me do that. Uh, Thank you guys for joining. Again, I just want to let you guys know I was a little bit late today, so I'm getting everything set up still. Normally I do this ahead of time. Whew. So let me get this going here. This is always a very weird process. It's very like finicky. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't work. Okay, here's slow mode. Hopefully that'll help with the live chat going too quickly. So we have slow mode on. You get to send one message every 10 seconds. And now I need to do something else. Thank you guys for joining this live stream. Okay, let me do that. Let me do... Again, if you're just joining us, I'm getting this live stream set up. And I'm not seeing the options I usually see. It's like not connecting to my stream. I have to get my controls set up, but sometimes they don't appear properly. And they're not appearing properly right now, which is why I try to do this ahead of time, but I forgot and I'm late. So we're just gonna, you know, whatever. We'll just wing it. Hi guys, welcome to this live stream that I forgot about until my mom texted me. Luckily, I was at my desk. I wasn't taking a shower. I already took a shower today. I remembered this morning, like when I woke up this morning, I woke up early. I got a good start to my day. My hair is getting, I need a haircut soon. I got a good start to my day. I got up at like 8:30. It was really good. Took a shower at 9. I was at my desk at like 9:45. I was working. I'm working on my new video, hopefully for tomorrow. I'm probably going to finish it tomorrow. Why there will not be a charger with the new iPhone. And I'm doing this new video style. I don't know if you guys have checked out my latest video I just posted yesterday, but it is doing extremely well. It's kind of going viral. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's a new video style. It's iPhone 12, what to expect. And I created that video in Keynote. I did not create it in my typical Final Cut Pro where I do the audio with a script and drop in photos and record my face. I didn't do any of that this time. And I think that's what you guys like. So let me know, like, did you guys like that format? Did you not like that format? One of the top comments is that it felt like you were watching an Apple presentation with narration. And that's something I've always like wanted to try to do. And I think I just figured it out. And I'm gonna try to apply that same format to my next video, which is that charger video. I'm working on it now. That's what I was doing when I was supposed to be live at noon. Also, I need to add the links to the description. There's gonna be a couple links in the description of this video just in a minute, not yet. In a minute, there's gonna be a link to my secret club, which gets you access to another hour of live streaming after this ends. It's only for Secret Club members. And there's a link to our free Discord server. So if right now you guys can ask me questions about Apple or YouTube or anything you want. If you don't get your question answered, there's other ways to get it answered. You can send a super chat through the live chat box during the live stream. It'll highlight your question, it'll prioritize it, and I'll answer it. The second way is to join the Secret Club, which is just $3 a month. I try to make it as cheap as possible for you guys. That'll get you access to an extra hour of live streaming every week. It happens right after this one ends. And then there's usually only 15 to 20 of us in that live stream, so I answer everyone's questions. I ask you guys how you're doing. It's a lot more personal. Or you can join our free Discord server. The link to that is also in the description. It should be added right now. And what that will do is give you access to our free Discord server. You just have to be over 13 years old, 13 or older. And then you can ask one question in the after stream channel after each live stream. And then I go over there after the live streams end, and then I answer all those questions on the Discord server in a Q&A video that I post exclusively on there. So those are the 3 ways you can get your questions answered. Let me start answering your guys' questions. Dog said, how do I join the club? Sorry, I just added the link to the Secret Club in the description. It's the first link in there. You can click it, you go to the page, and then it has a button for you to join. Patel Rekha said, why does Apple make products well-designed and seamless and technology easy to use? That's their priority when creating any product. They always create products starting with the user experience. They start with the user and then develop a product based on the experience they want to achieve. Now that may seem obvious, like, well, isn't that what all companies should do? But typically tech companies get caught up in this shiny object syndrome where they see new technology and they feel like they have to add as much new technology into their product as possible in order to make it as new or innovative or cool as possible, or else other companies will include that technology and then they won't be competitive. So it's really, really difficult to stay focused only on the user experience, because what Apple does is, yes, there's a lot of technology Apple does not include in their products. They say, no, we do not need that technology because it does not benefit the user experience that we're trying to provide to our customers. A lot of other companies, Samsung, will grab any new technology that's coming out, shove it into their product, and then market it like, oh, look, we have iris scanning technology or eye tracking technology, even though they don't have it anymore, but they did back when it came out. Even though it wasn't good technology, it wasn't a good user experience. X-Doggy, thank you for joining the Secret Club. I look forward to seeing you in the secret stream that's happening right after this one ends, which will be in about an hour. Gamer Legend said, why didn't Steve Jobs want any kids? What are you talking about, Gamer Legends? I think that's not right. He did want kids. I mean, he didn't want his first kid. His first child was an accident, and he denied paternity for very long. I think we all know Steve Jobs wasn't really a good guy. He had a lot of flaws. That was one of his biggest mistakes in life, I think, is denying the paternity of his first child, which was, which was an accident. And he didn't support the child for years, even though he was super rich and the mother was super poor. It's very sad. But eventually he did have 3 more kids or 4 more kids with Lorraine Powell Jobs, who was the woman he ended up marrying. And he did want those kids. I mean, he's really proud of his kids. And I think he has a better relationship with Lisa, which was his first daughter. All right, we have another channel member. Thank you, Don B, for joining the Secret Club. I look forward to seeing you, Don B, in the secret stream happening right after this one ends. Amrit Baumik said, 120 hertz is kind of a make or break for me as I want to future-proof my purchase. What should I do? I have an iPad Pro and I really like ProMotion. Is there any chance we'll get that on the next iPhone? I'm assuming that's what you're saying. If you watch my video on iPhone 12, what to expect, I do mention promotion in that video. And what I say is we do not know. For about a year, there has been rumors saying this 2020 iPhone will have promotion. The iPad Pro has had it since 2018, so we kind of expected it to come this year. The problem is those rumors have completely flipped, and now some other reputable sources are saying Apple has changed their mind. They weren't able to work out battery life issues or optimization issues that they were having with the promotion display on the iPhone, so we may not see it this year. If that's a make or break for you, then that's your decision. It's not a make or break for me. Honestly, I know people who have the iPad Pro and they say they don't even notice a difference from the 60 hertz to 120 hertz display. So I think for most people, it won't be a make or break, but it's up in the air whether it's coming or not. Don B, thank you for that $5.49 UK super chat. I believe that's what it is. Don B said, what was your first Apple product? It was the 5th generation iPod, or what we call the iPod Video. Came out in 2005. That was the first Apple product I owned. Like, my dad had a Mac. I used his Mac. But the first Apple product I bought, I saved up 300, I think it was $332. I think I saved the receipt. I don't have it anymore. But it was my, it was a big deal. I saved up for years to buy that iPhone. That iPod. And $300 back then, that was 2005. That was expensive. That was a lot of money. AUC said, is YouTube the only thing you do for a living? Yes, this is all I do for a living. Iman said, why does the new Galaxy Buds look weird? Well, that's what people also said about the AirPods when they first came out in 2017. I don't think they look weird. I think they look fine. I think they look nice in their own way. Dog Boy said, is there a template that you use for those history of videos? Yeah, like my history of the iPhone video, history of the iPad video. Is there a template? Are you talking about something like I got from the internet? No, the design, the format, and the layout of what you see in those videos, I created. I invented that back in the day. I think my second video is a history of video. It's not the same format as I use today because I've become like a better video creator. But yeah, no, I created it. And a lot of people copied it, which I'm honored. That's great. Justin M said, what do you think of the Pixel 4a? It's great. I think it's good. I think it's very good. I'm glad we're seeing all these low-cost smartphones. I think we swung so far to like the premium price direction. It's good that all these companies are competing in the lower cost category because it is a big market. Hi said, I need a MacBook for college, graphic design. Which one should I get? Well, if you're majoring in graphic design, I'm assuming you're going to be using a lot of Adobe applications, maybe a lot of Illustrator, maybe a lot of Photoshop. In which case, you want a fairly powerful computer. Maybe you want one that will last you your 4 years in college. So I would definitely look at the MacBook Pro, the 16-inch. Yeah, I would definitely look into the 16-inch MacBook Pro. I think you'll really be happy with that. That's what I have, and I'm really happy with it for my video editing. Simon Hot 15 Mortensen, thank you for that 45 DKK. What's DKK? Danish. Denmark. Okay, awesome. You're from Denmark. Thank you for watching from Denmark. Simon said, how old are you? I'm 27. Love your videos. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the support, Simon. I'm 27. Dogs001. Hold on, let me make sure I didn't miss any other super chats. Okay, Dogs001, thank you for that $2 Canadian super chat. They said, is the Pixel 5 coming out and when? Yeah, so Google has announced that they are making a Pixel 5. By the way, I got my Diet Mountain Dew today. As I was opening this up, I got the text from my mom that was like, are you live streaming right now? And I was like, oops, let me put this down for a second. I forgot the live stream today. I was a little bit late. Anyway, yeah, Google did announce that they are making the Pixel 5 and it is coming this fall, but they didn't release any details. They just announced that it's going to happen. I'm not really sure why they did that. People expected it anyway. I don't know if they were saying it's going to be delayed a little bit, but yeah, it's going to happen this year. Uday said, is every butterfly keyboard on the 13-inch MacBook 2019 faulty? I'm not going to say every single one is faulty, but every single one could potentially be faulty. You know what I mean? Like, the butterfly mechanism in itself was not reliable. It was not good. It was not durable. I actually had problems with mine. I had a 2017 MacBook Pro with that butterfly keyboard, and I was having an issue where the first like couple characters of a sentence I was writing would not register. Like, it just wouldn't register. It would skip those characters. And it was happening enough to be annoying, but I never had like the serious issues that some people were experiencing. Emmanuel said, will AirPod Studio be released on August 19th? What's August 19th? Is there something happening on August 19th that I don't know about? On a Wednesday? I didn't hear about that. I haven't heard any Apple Studio like over-ear headphone rumors for a while. And honestly, I had my fingers crossed. I thought that Apple might introduce it at their WWDC event, but they didn't introduce any hardware, which, I mean, that's understandable. They usually don't reveal hardware there. I'm hoping we'll see it this fall. I'm hoping when they introduce, maybe next month, when they have the iPhone event. Oh, I missed a super chat. My mom is like my assistant, live stream assistant. My mom just texted me and said I missed my first super chat. So I'll get to that in a second. I want to finish this question. Yeah, I think we'll see the announcement of those AirPods Studio this fall with the release of the new iPhone. Just like when the original AirPods was released, it was announced with the iPhone 7. I think Apple's going to do something like that. And I'm really looking forward to it because I want those really, really bad. Right now, I'm using these, which is just the Bose QC35s. It's not the newest model. I've had these for a few years. I love them. They're my favorite headphones to use. The quality is so good. They're really comfortable because they sit around my ear. The noise cancellation is incredible. But there are some things about them that, you know, I don't like so much that I think Apple could do a lot better. So I'm really looking forward to those. Okay, to my first super chat that I missed, which I apologize. I don't know who it was, but I apologize to whoever sent me that super chat, but thank you for the support. They said, how's your long distance relationship going? It's going extremely well. It's going very well. Yeah, I'm surprised actually by how well it's working. We haven't seen each other since January 15th, I think. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Going on 7 months. Whew. 7 months without seeing, you know, your partner is rough. But it's going fine. And hopefully Daiki, who is my boyfriend, he's living in Tokyo right now. Hopefully he can visit me in October. But with this whole virus situation, things are changing all the time and it's just very difficult to travel. So we'll see what happens. Magneta said, is the maxed out Mac Pro worth it? Isn't that like $54,000, like a maxed out Mac Pro? It's around $50,000, I think. I think for most people, it's not worth it. because then you would have to take, in order for it to be worth it, you would have to take advantage of all that power. I mean, there's not very many consumer level people who are doing something that would require that much power. I mean, it'd have to be used at like a 3D rendering farm, like rendering animation or something like really that requires a ton of power. We have a super chat from Esteban Gustavo Martinez. Thank you, Esteban, for that 50 ARS. Is that Argentina? I'm going to find out right now. Yes, the peso, Argentinian peso. Thank you, Esteban, for that super chat. He said, hi, do you think Apple is going to release the iPod Touch 8th gen? I love your channel. Greetings from, oh, it says Argentina in the super chat if I just read it. Greetings from Argentina. Thank you very much, Esteban, for watching from Argentina. That is awesome. I think what Apple is doing with the iPod Touch is they are just releasing it just in time to run the latest version of iOS. Like when the iPod had the iPod Touch, that's the only one being sold now. It had like an older A chipset, Apple chipset, and it had to be upgraded to the new one in order to run the newer versions of iOS. So they did upgrade the iPod Touch, but all they really did was add that new chipset. They didn't do anything else to it. I think we're going to continue seeing that for a while. I don't know what Apple has in store for the iPod Touch, to be honest. I think eventually it will be discontinued, but right now it does have a purpose in Apple's lineup. It's the lowest cost iOS device. Vibe Hav said, why do Apple products cost double in India? It's mainly because of the import tariffs and taxes that Apple has to pay. So they charge a lot more. Although that's why Apple is beginning to manufacture iPhones in India. So those iPhones that are manufactured there, Apple won't have to pay, I think it's like a 30% tariff. And hopefully iPhones there will become more affordable. Also, Apple is already building, I believe, an Apple Store for the first time. This will be the first official Apple Store in India. It will be coming soon. And hopefully that will also get customers there better support for their devices and a better buying experience. Left, right, and center said, did you start the relationship over iChat? No, actually, we met in person. I visited Japan in 2015. We met back then, and then I visited again last year for a few months. And then we met again last year and hung out and decided to date. We have another super chat. I just have to be really careful I don't miss them. Arthur Pirika, thank you for that $8 Australian super chat, I believe. Arthur said, hi there, looking forward to the Secret Club stream. Yes, me too. Again, if you guys like this stream, you want to watch an extra hour of streaming, because this will only last for an hour, join the Secret Club, link in the description, $3 a month, extra hour of live streaming every week. Do you think we've seen the last Intel Mac with the new iMac release? Yes, definitely. This is the last Intel iMac. The next one, which will probably either be released at the end of this year or sometime next year, maybe next summer, it will be a brand new design. It will be the update everyone has been waiting for. Because a lot of people complained with this iMac update. They wanted a redesign. They wanted this, that, and the other thing. They were expecting a really big refresh. But Apple is saving that for the ARM Macs. So there is going to be a delay in this transition. It's not worth doing a whole redesign for an Intel computer when you're going to redesign it again for the ARM version. But yeah, I really think this is going to be the last Intel. Anonymous Entity said, why doesn't Apple put a micro SD slot in the iPhone? Is it greed? I mean, you could say, Apple's being greedy. They're forcing people to pay more for more storage up front, which, Apple charges kind of a premium for storage compared to other companies. But there really is something to be said for the fact that a micro SD slot takes up a lot of real estate inside the phone. And what percentage of people use it? I would guess that the majority of smartphone users who have the option of using a micro SD card in their phone don't even know what that means. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just wasted space in most cases. And Apple hates wasting space. That means it's unoptimized. They could use that space for a bigger battery, for more technology that they couldn't fit in otherwise. So, yeah, I think that's the real functional, practical reason why they don't do that. And it's not just Apple. I mean, other companies like Google, there was no micro. They switched in Samsung phones. They used to have micro SD slots, and then they switched to not having them because there is design reasons why you wouldn't have it. Also, for the headphone jack, people used to have a headphone jack. Everybody made fun of Apple for removing it with the iPhone 7, and then what happened? Everyone else removed it virtually. Thomas said, I like this channel. What is the iPod Loop for? The iPod Loop is to put your wrist through it. You put your hand through it. And when you're like doing things with your iPod, like taking photos or videos or whatever, it prevents you from like dropping it because it attaches to your wrist. It was a popular trend. Those wrist things were a popular trend like back in the late 2000s, like 2009, 2010, 2011, a lot of products were being released with this wrist strap to protect it from being dropped. So I think that's just been carried over from that era. It's not as common anymore though. Rayhan said, is Apple working on a console? Where was that? No, Apple will never make a console. They will just utilize their, where was that? Oh yeah, Rehan Shahir. They're just going to utilize the existing platforms and implement gaming on their existing products. For example, they didn't make a handheld gaming console. They made sure that gaming was possible on the iPod Touch and iPhone. They're not going to make a gaming computer or a gaming console. They're going to make sure gaming is possible on their Macs. And that may sound strange today, because no one buys a Mac for gaming today. But with the new ARM chipset, the graphics will be a lot better and it will accommodate gaming. Pepe Lefrig, thank you for that $2 super chat. Pepe said, do you like iOS 6 the most? I do. Stay safe. No, I do not like iOS 6 the most. I loved when iOS 7 came out. It was very controversial because, it had the new flat design. A lot of people hated it. It was very bright and stuff. A lot of people didn't like it. I loved it. When it came out, I was like, yes, this is what I've always wanted. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Just like with the new macOS Big Sur update, it's a lot different looking. It's a lot flatter. I love it. I don't know. I just love stuff like that. And yeah. Every time I look back to like iOS 6 and the older interface, I just think it looks very heavy, very old, very outdated, very like overdone. Like it's too much shadow and gloss and reflection and textures and all that stuff. We have a new channel member. Thank you, Ergonomic Ergo Office. What would you like me to call you? For joining our secret club. I look forward to seeing you, Ergonomic Ergo Office, in the secret stream happening right after this one ends. Someone at Apple Explained X said, Greg, what phone do you use? I have the 11 Pro Max. Electro Blaster said, can you make a video explaining the importance of Apple? The importance of Apple. Like how they've changed things. I could make a video about that. That's possible. It'd probably be like a long video. TFR said, do you think there will be a more affordable MacBook? Well, the rumors have been saying that when the new ARM MacBook comes out, probably at the end of this year, it's going to start at $800. That's what the rumors are saying today. So yes, I think including ARM in the Mac will make them more affordable. Nick HD said, why won't Apple let xCloud or Stadia on their operating system? I don't know anything about that. I have seen some of the headlines about Microsoft getting upset because xCloud, something about being blocked by Apple, something. I'm not familiar with that situation. I'll have to read more about it. There's a good question. Oh, Ravi Nathu said, why are iPhones harder to customize? Because adding customizability or advanced features or whatever is inherently more confusing for people. Like, you know, just like if you have a remote that has like, I don't have an example. If you have a remote that has 50 buttons compared to a remote that has like 10 buttons, the one with 50 buttons is probably going to be more confusing than the one with 10 buttons. And that's like Apple's whole philosophy, is to keep it as simple as possible. If you want to customize your phone, if you want to do all this advanced stuff with it, that's for Android. That's what Android does. Anthony Joseph said, why can't Apple make a small phone? I think they will, actually, with the new release of the iPhone 12 models. I don't know if you saw my most recent video, iPhone 12, what to expect. But there will be, Apple will be making this, probably, it's a rumor, they probably will be making the smallest iPhone since 2016 with the iPhone SE, because they will be creating a 5.4-inch iPhone 12, which is almost as small as the 2016 iPhone SE. Ergonomic Ergo Office said, do you mind the square design of iPhone 12 hurting the grip? No, actually, I think having the flat edges will make it easier to hold. It'll make it more secure in the hand. Because I remember, like, I had the iPhone 5, I had flat edges. I had the iPhone SE, I had flat edges. And then I went to the iPhone 7, and it is more slippery. The iPhone 6 was people were complaining about it being very slippery, mainly because of the rounded edges. And I like the squared off edges on my iPad Pro too. So I think it'll be better for grip. Dr. Tapsaya said, from where are you doing this live stream? I'm in Columbus, Ohio. That's where I live. And this is my place. Dominic said, okay, there's a couple things I want to answer. Dominic said, can we safely say Tim Cook was a great choice as a successor to Jobs? I would say absolutely yes. Absolutely. Then there's another question I want to answer, and I just lost it. Here we go. Brian Sumile said, what are your thoughts on the new Galaxy Z Fold 2? Oh, I'm going to give you my thoughts on that, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts on the whole event. The Samsung Galaxy Unpacked event. I don't know if you guys saw that, but oh my goodness. Let's start with the Galaxy Z Fold 2. It's a step in the right direction. I will say that. Compared to the original Samsung Galaxy Fold, which I did not believe in, I didn't think it should even exist in the form it was in. It's definitely a step in the right direction. I will give Samsung that. The problem is they've improved upon something that I still don't understand why it exists. I still don't understand. I say this every time, but I wonder how many people, if you give them that product for free, that Samsung Galaxy Fold 2 or the original, how many of them would prefer carrying that around everywhere as opposed to having a dedicated smartphone and a separate dedicated tablet? I wonder how many people would just say, you know what, I'd rather just have my smartphone. It's lighter, it's thinner, it's easier to use. And what was really funny, I don't know if you guys saw this Samsung Galaxy Unpacked event. They said this in the event, which honestly I was surprised they admitted it. I don't know if they realized that they're kind of admitting that they messed up. The presenter said, our Galaxy Fold customers told us that they use the front screen as much as the bigger inside screen. And they said it in a way that was like they were surprised by that information. And my reaction was, duh, this is what I have said since the beginning. Don't you watch my channel? But it's so obvious if you just think about it for 2 seconds. When you have a smartphone, what do you do with it? Do you sit around watching movies on a smartphone? Do you sit around like doing things that you want a large screen for? No, you may do that sometimes. Some of the time you may be in that situation. But most of the time, when you have a smartphone and you're using it, you're on the go. You're replying to texts. You're checking notifications. You're making quick phone calls. You're checking your email. You're browsing something quickly on the internet. Time is of the essence when you're using your smartphone. It's all about convenience. Why would someone reach for a tablet when they're replying to a text quickly? Why would someone reach for a tablet when they're checking email quickly? Why would someone reach for a tablet if they're Googling something real fast? It does not make sense. It does not make sense. That's why people will be using the front screen more often, or at least the same amount. I think it was more often. They just said the same amount to make it seem like they didn't really mess up. The front screen is the primary screen, and they treated it as like an afterthought. With the original Galaxy Fold, it was an afterthought. It was a 4.5-inch screen on the original Galaxy Fold. You're talking about a 4.5-inch smartphone display in an era where like 6 inches is average. We have not seen a 4.5-inch display, especially on a Samsung device, for years and years and years. And that's what you're giving customers who just paid $2,000 for a smartphone. And you tell them, oh, if you're not satisfied with that display, open it up and you have this beautiful large display. Yeah, a beautiful large display that they don't want to use. It's inconvenient, it's not quick, it's not easy, it's not functional. So the 2 times a week that I want to watch a movie on my phone, yeah, I can do it on a nice, beautiful display that has a crease in it, by the way, that breaks easily, by the way, that's plastic, by the way. But yeah, I can do that on a nice big screen that has a notch, by the way, when they were lambasting Apple for having a notch in the iPhone 10. Yeah, I can do that 2 times a week. But what about when I want to do what I want to do most often every day with my smartphone? I'm using that front display. The fact that Samsung didn't consider that, didn't prioritize the front display on the original Galaxy Fold is evidence that the managers of that company, the executives, the people in charge, the people who have the last say in what a product looks like and how it functions, they do not understand what customers do. They don't understand the user experience. They don't. I think maybe the designers do, maybe the product designers do, the people who work under those like executives, what Steve Jobs used to call corporate bozos. Corporate bozos who don't know how to create a good product are the ones who have the final say in product creation. That's a problem. You get products like this original Samsung Galaxy Fold that broke 2 days after MKBHD had it. I think maybe even 1 day after he had it, it broke. You have these products that cost $2,000 and have a 4.5-inch display, and people are saying, we want to use the front display, not the inside display. So after this whole fiasco with the original Galaxy Fold, they finally come to the realization that the front display is going to be used more often than the inside one. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Yes, the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2 is an improvement. It's an improvement. It has a nice big display on the front. But still, you have the compromises of it's thicker, it's heavier. I'm still not sure if the battery life is great. The inside display, I mean, it doesn't have a notch anymore. It has one of those hole punch things. But it still folds. It still has a crease in the middle. The question, it's still $2,000. It's still $2,000. It's cheaper to buy a $1,000 iPhone and an $800 iPad than it is to buy this compromised Galaxy Fold device. There is a reason why Apple has not made a folding phone. There is a reason why Apple has not made one. Because what's the benefit to the user? You can carry around a tablet with you. Yeah, a tablet that sucks and a smartphone that sucks. This is exactly what Tim Cook was talking about. You don't combine a stove and a refrigerator into one product and say, oh, it's better because we combined them together. You don't combine a tablet and a computer together into one product and say, oh, it's better because it's 2-in-1. It's better. No, that doesn't make it better. That does not make it better. Now you have a crappy refrigerator and a crappy stove. You have a crappy tablet and a crappy computer. They're trying to put a tablet and a phone together. Now you have a crappy phone and a crappy tablet. Congratulations. You're paying $2,000 for something that you don't even like to use. Okay. Let me make sure I didn't miss any super chats during that rant. We have a super chat from Quentin Williams. Quentin, thank you for that $5 super chat. Quentin said, do you think reverse wireless charging will be coming this year? I do think that the next iPhone will have reverse wireless charging. I think that makes sense. Also, that did anybody see that Samsung Galaxy Unpacked event? Like, did you guys see that or not? Did you watch it? I watched the whole thing. It was awful. It was torture. Cringy. So cringy. I don't understand, like, I don't want to rant again, but it was very bad. It was very bad. And then, this is the funny part. After that event ended, I went onto the Android subreddit on Reddit. It's like an Android community. And not only were the people upset by the products that were announced, but people were saying, why was that such a cringy event? Like, did anyone else think that was like a really awkward event, the way they did that? And everyone replying to that comment in the thread was saying, all companies this year are having a hard time doing live events because there's no live audience, so it's just inherently awkward and it's just difficult to figure out how to do it correctly, and everybody's just having a hard time. And then there's one person in that thread that replies and says, actually, Apple knocked it out of the park with WWDC that just happened like 2 months ago, 1 month ago. So how are you going to say every company's having a hard time with it? No. There was one company that did a phenomenal job. Actually, they did such a good job that people were saying that presentation format was better than Apple's typical presentation format. And Apple's typical live events are cream of the crop. They're on top. They have the best live events. Everyone can agree that Apple has the best live events. They outdid themselves in this difficult situation. That is how well Apple is managed. Not only does Apple have talented people, because I believe every company has talented people. The question is, do you have bozos in charge who don't know how to capitalize on the talent they have? Or do you have, how should I say it, not smart people, but just like leaders who understand how to bring people together, utilize the talent in their company to create some amazing, amazing things. Not just products, but also amazing presentations. Apple does it. They knocked it out of the park, and I want to see those Android fans recognize Apple did it better and Samsung blew it. That's all I want to hear. And then I can be satisfied. Don B, thank you for that $2.29 UK super chat. Don B said, which iPhone 12 model are you most excited for? Honestly, I'm really excited about the 6.7 inch 12 Pro Max, the biggest one. And I'm really excited about the 5.4 inch tiny one, the iPhone 12. The little one and the big one I'm most excited about. I really want to try out the big one because I have an 11 Pro Max right now. And then I want to try out the little one because I've always thought maybe I want to go back to a small phone. You know, I used to have the iPhone SE. I really enjoy how it feels to hold a small phone. Doing everything with one hand, it's light. It is really nice. It is a really good experience. Freddie Samuel said, excuse me, this is the Diet Mountain Dew talking. Okay, Archie said, do you think Apple will make some sort of car? And then we have Freddie Samuel who said, is Apple Car still happening? What will you expect from it? You know what? I'm gonna make a video. I'm gonna make a couple more videos on these rumors because everybody asks me about these rumors. I'm gonna make Apple glasses what to expect and Apple Car what to expect because I think the Apple Car is one of the most misunderstood Apple products so far since the television. Because remember how everybody thought Apple was making a TV set? Because in Walter Isaacson's Steve Jobs biography, Steve Jobs said, we finally cracked the TV. Apple had been trying to figure out a way to make the TV work in Apple's ecosystem, and Steve Jobs said, we finally cracked it. So everyone thought that was proof that Apple would be releasing a TV set soon. Guess what? We still don't have a TV set from Apple because that was never their original plan. And it doesn't make sense. If you really think about why there's no Apple TV, it makes sense. And from many different reasons, but that's not what we're talking about right now. We're talking about the Apple Car. So in this situation, it's playing out very similar. There's rumors, there's things happening. Apple's testing cars, Apple's driving around cars, trying to do self-driving technology. Everyone's thinking, oh, Apple's going to make an Apple Car. Making a car does not make sense, just like making a television set does not make sense. It doesn't make sense from a consumer perspective. Well, maybe it does make sense from a consumer perspective, but think about it from Apple's perspective, a business perspective. It's extremely hard to build a car that is profitable. There has only been 2 car companies to ever not go bankrupt in the United States. That's Ford and Tesla. That's it. Every other car company has gone bankrupt. It's extremely difficult to create a profitable car, and it takes years and years and years to become profitable. Apple's not interested in that. Apple wants no part in that messy industry, and it is very messy. Also, Tesla has had issues selling direct to customers. In some states, it's a law that car manufacturers have to sell through dealerships. I think Michigan has this law, or maybe it changed recently. So there are some states where Tesla can't even sell cars. They have to sell it in like a nearby state and then like ship it to the customer, or the customer has to leave the state to pick it up. There's very messy things. And the television industry was the same. There's very messy things in that industry that Apple just doesn't want to waste time dealing with. It's not worth it. So what are they doing with a car? What are they doing with a car? They're making an operating system for cars. They're not making a car, they're making Car OS. I really think we're going to see Car OS, and it's going to have everything these car manufacturers want built in. It's going to have a beautiful, easy to use, intuitive operating system. Have you seen these car operating systems on these new cars coming out? I mean, every car company other than Tesla doesn't know how to do it. Their operating systems, their software is from 2000. I mean, it's really bad. They're falling behind quickly, and Tesla is moving forward quickly, moving ahead of these companies at lightning speed, and they are stumbling over themselves trying to keep up. Keep in mind, car companies are not software companies. They're not tech companies. They're out of Detroit. They're not out of Silicon Valley. Tesla is out of Silicon Valley. They are a tech company with some car elements. But Teslas are basically computers on wheels. It's very tech-centric. And that's the future. That's what everyone is going to expect when buying a new car. And that's what these car companies have to figure out. Now, they can't do it because they don't have the talent. They don't have the people working for them to make these operating systems, this software, this self-driving technology happen. Who does have it? Apple. Apple can develop this self-driving technology. Apple can develop an operating system for a car that integrates with your iPhone seamlessly. And these car manufacturers are going to be lining up to pay top dollar for a license of CarOS from Apple. Keep in mind, Apple is already doing this. It's called CarPlay. They have CarPlay in a whole bunch of these different manufacturers' cars. And guess what? Customers love it. And it's making Apple money. It's making car manufacturers money because they can charge a premium for customers who want to upgrade to CarPlay with their car purchase. That's what we're going to see. We're going to see CarOS. We're not going to see a real car. I do think that's going to happen. Let me make sure I didn't miss any super chats. Again, I'm seeing some people saying I'm not answering that question. If you want to get your question answered for sure, join the secret club, or send a super chat, or go join our free Discord server. You can ask one question on our free Discord server, or if you sign up for our secret club, which is just $3 a month, you get an extra live stream every week. There's usually only 15 to 20 people there. I answer virtually every single question, and then I get to ask you guys questions. It's a much more personal interaction. But there's already like 250 people here. I will not be able to answer every single question. Dawn B, thank you for that $2.29 UK super chat. Don B said, what made you interested in making Apple videos? Well, I was obsessed with Apple. I've been obsessed with Apple since I was 12. Ever since I tried out that iPod for the first time in 6th grade, I was like, oh my God, I have never seen a product like this ever before, and I loved it. The reason why I bought an iPod when I was, how old was I, 15 years old? It's not because I loved music or I wanted to listen to music. I don't even know if I owned any CDs at the time. I just wanted that product. I wanted to look at it, I wanted to hold it, I wanted to use it. That's all. I was just obsessed with like really good products. And that was one of them. Now, since I had it, I started to listen to music, and that's what got me into music was my first iPod. But yeah, that's what I fell in love with the iPod. I didn't fall in love with like music. So, I mean, I made my first videos because I imagined what kind of video do I want to see. And really the first videos I made that were successful were my history of the iPod video and like history of the iPhone video. And I made those because I wanted to see a video that went through every model of the iPod. There was no video like that on YouTube. I realized, hey, I know how to use Keynote because I used to recreate Steve Jobs' presentations all the time since I'm obsessed with Apple. I know a lot about the iPod. I can get this information. I know how to use, the software, the technology I need to use to make this video happen. So I did it. Now, it wasn't the best video I've ever made, but it was just the beginning, and it was good enough to satisfy the demand of people wanting to see every version of the iPod. And of course, I just improved it with each following video I made. We have another super chat from Nick HD. Thank you for that $2.29 UK super chat. Nick said, is Apple Card coming to Europe anytime soon? I have no idea. I haven't heard any rumors about it. I get this question a lot, and it's difficult because it's a lot easier for Apple to release hardware in other companies because there's a lot of bureaucracy and things you have to go through to get approval to sell products in other countries. But there's even more of that with services, especially a financial service like Apple Card. There's a lot of work Apple has to do behind the scenes to make that happen logistically. So I think it will happen eventually, but not soon. I don't think it'll happen soon, unfortunately. Naden Mitev, thank you for that $2.29 UK super chat. Naden said, why is Apple Card not in Europe? Is this the same person? No, this is different. Well, I think I just answered your question, Naden. I'm just surprised so many people want Apple Card because I don't think it's that popular in the US. Every time I use it, well, not every time, but sometimes when I use it, people are like, oh my God, what is that? Tobias said, why 4 HomePods? Why 4 HomePods? And I know I missed Quentin. I see your super chat. I'm gonna get to that, Quentin. I just think this is a funny question. Yeah. Oh wait, we have a lot of things happening right now. Okay, I'm gonna hold off on that HomePod thing. Kay, thank you for becoming a channel member, Secret Club member. Thank you, Kay, for joining. I look forward to seeing you in the secret stream happening right after this one ends in about... Wait, Kay, I thought you were already a member. Kay, weren't you already a member of the Secret Club? Bigfoot Av, thank you for that $3 super chat. Bigfoot said, what's your take on Apple not allowing xCloud? I'm sorry, but I don't know enough about that right now. I saw a couple headlines in the past couple days, but I haven't had the time to read through it and really research it. I don't know what's going on with that. I apologize, Bigfoot Av. Tune in next week because I will take a look at that after this live stream, and I probably will have an opinion on it next week. Okay, Quentin Williams, thank you for that $5 super chat. Quentin said, how do we join the Secret Club? There is a link in the description. First link in the description. If it takes you to just my channel page, or it doesn't take you to the right page to join, then you may be living outside the US in a region that does not allow the channel memberships feature on YouTube. So make sure you do consider that feature may not even be available to you. But hopefully that'll change in the future. Okay, wow, we have a lot of super chats. Thank you guys very much. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Lindros Panagiotidis said, is Apple going to do something like Samsung DeX? What is Samsung DeX? Samsung DeX is a feature included on some high-end Samsung handheld devices that enables you... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I just saw this. Yeah. Right? Oh, wait. By connecting a keyboard... Oh, maybe not. Oh, I see. So basically you can connect your phone to a computer and you have a desktop experience. That's interesting. I will say that's interesting. That's interesting. Do I think Apple will do something like that? Possibly. Possibly. I can see the benefits of that. I can see the appeal. If you think about it, I know that the iPad can be paired to an external monitor. And I think an iPhone can be paired to an external monitor, right? But it's not going to have a desktop Mac OS interface. It's still going to have that iOS interface. So that is very interesting. It may happen, or something like that may happen with Apple. How's the lighting here? The meme channel said, why is your hair like a drunk college student? Well, actually, I am a drunk college student. Is it really that bad? I tried to I don't think it's that bad. I need a haircut. I do need a haircut. I mentioned that in the beginning of the stream. Okay, there was more super chats and stuff. Hold on. Donaby said, how do I get the Secret Club Discord role? Oh, yeah. Is there a Discord role? Do we have our moderators? Is Daniel here, or is Derpy here, or is Jim here? Is there a Discord role for channel members? I don't know if we did that or not. But we'll figure that out, Don B. We'll figure that out. If we don't have a role, is it possible that we can have a role, moderators? We'll talk about that later. Stephen Ray, thank you for that $3 super chat. Stephen Ray said, any thoughts on the notch not being reduced? It doesn't surprise me. If that happens, I mean, we don't know yet. If it happens that the notch is the same, it wouldn't surprise me. Although it would be a little bit disappointing. I was looking forward to like a more narrow notch this year. But that happens all the time. I mean, rumors, especially about Apple, like they go back and forth, back and forth. Everyone's expecting something, then it doesn't happen, then everybody's mad and disappointed. So that's why I never have any expectations. Really, I never have expectations. Because rumors are just wrong so much. Moster77, thank you for that $5.50 UK super chat. Moster said, hi, what do you think are the first Macs with Apple Silicons? I think it's a MacBook and the Mac Pro. I think it'll probably be the Mac Mini and the MacBook at the end of this year, and then maybe the iMac beginning of next year, and then maybe a MacBook Pro like next summer or next fall. I think the MacBook Pro will be one of the last ones. Do we have a new member? We have a new member, right? Did I miss someone? Oh, Quentin just became a member, right? Why am I not seeing it in my, Oh yes, Quentin Williams. Quentin, thank you for becoming a new Secret Club member. I look forward to seeing you in the secret stream happening right after this one ends. Seon said, why is your hair so weird and changes every stream? Where is this coming from? I need a video called Greg's Hair Explained. History of Greg's hair. Does it change every stream? I don't think so. Yeah, Jim said there is a role for the secret club. Yeah. So, Don B, our moderators will help you with that. Ravel Preet said, if 120 hertz doesn't happen this year, would it be worth it to upgrade to this year's iPhone? Yeah, definitely. I mean, I never, you have to consider products as a package. You know what I mean? Steve Jobs said products are packages of emphasis. That's all a product is. It's a package of emphasis. You can't do everything with a product. It's just not physically possible to do everything with a product. So you have to consider what you're getting with the new model, how that will add value to your life. Maybe there are features that you don't need. Maybe there are features that you really do need and it will have a big impact on your life. You consider that. And then you make the decision, okay, what's the value versus the cost? Like this new phone is going to cost me $800 or $1,000. Is it worth the additional value that I would be getting with this new iPhone? And that's not a decision anyone can make except for you. Like, because it's different based on your own situation and circumstance and preferences and needs. Jim said, would you recommend the Pixel 4a or the iPhone SE? What do you think, Jim? I always recommend Apple products over anything else. Unless someone tells me they want to do, you know, all these advanced customization things with their phone and they want to run emulators and they want to do this, that, and the other thing, then I say, okay, well, you can't do any of that on iOS, so buy an Android. But for just everyday people who just want to open their phone, get a new phone, have it work quickly and easily and conveniently out of the box, the best experience is iOS. The best experience is the iPhone. Sorn Ratana said, can you explain how Apple advertises? I mean, they don't use social media as much as other companies. I mean, they use social media to buy ads, but they don't like post things on their social media accounts. I guess I could make like a whole video about that, but I don't know how interesting that would be. I could do like history of Apple ads or something. That might be interesting. Yeah, Parker Jackson said this has been going on for more than an hour. Yeah, I just realized that. It has been over an hour, and we have to do the secret stream that's happening like right now. So thank you guys for watching. We had like 250 people on the whole time. That's amazing. Thank you guys. If you haven't checked out my latest iPhone 12 video, go ahead and do that. It's doing really well. It already has over 100,000 views in less than a day, which is crazy. I think it's going to set a new record for my channel. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for the super chats. Remember, if you want to keep watching this stream, you want to watch an hour more of me talking about Apple, join the secret club. $3 a month. You get an extra hour of live streaming every week. Thank you guys very much for watching. You can find a link to that in the description. I hope you have a great weekend, and hopefully next week I will be on time with this live stream at noon on Saturday. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great weekend. I will see you at noon next Saturday, Eastern time, noon Eastern time.